Yo, Coca, come here.
What's up, man?
Bro, how does this make sense? Like, we're averaging almost like 100 views per episode, and we only have 63 subscribers, bro.
So when no one's subscribing, no one's liking?
Nah.
Okay, guys, like, subscribe, and hit the like button.
We see you guys watching. It's just a click. That's all it is, right?
Peace.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 14 of New Vita Let's Talk. Today, we're honored to have a special guest, Adam Akila. We've known him for, a long time.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
So Adam, lead up. Tell our guests who you are.
My name is Adam Akila. I did my diploma at Fanshawe for 2 years at Fitness and Health, and I've got my CSEP CPT, so that allows me to train people every day. I've got a couple other certifications as well. Neurotype Assessment Level 1. I'm also working on becoming a certified lifeguard, so I've actually have my bronze medallion.
Jeez.
Heavy. So that's kind of something I'm working on towards too. I need to get my bronze cross, but that was kind of interrupted before COVID.
So we have Aquaman over here then?
Sorry, what was that neural thing you said?
Neurotype assessment.
What is that?
To make it long story short, it's pretty much just there are certain types of types of people in the fitness world, and each person neurologically responds to like a certain type of training. That's kind of like to make a long story
And
short.
how do you test, I guess, each individual's like neurological?
With that, because again, there's a lot more stuff. I have read like a big book about it.
Yeah.
To like kind of break that down. So again, there are certain types for each person, and you kind of just run like certain tests whenever they're training, and then that kind of will put them in a bracket like type A, type B, type 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
And then that will kind of help you better train them, because however they respond to the training, you can kind of adjust.
So like what got you into that, first of all, like personal training, and then what age were you at?
Okay, so what got me into personal training? Well, I've always wanted to be an athlete. And then when I realized that dream died, I was like, if I can't be an athlete, I would want to train athletes.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I got into personal training. This was kind of real once maybe high school ended, and I wasn't going to go and play football. I was like, okay, well, I need to have a backup plan. Like, I'm not going to be an athlete. What am I going to do? So I always wanted to be a coach football. So I knew I had to at least get my way into training first to be able to train people, understand how it works, and then work my way into becoming a coach.
So when you played football, like what position did you play?
So I played just for high school at Saunders. I was running back and defensive line.
Yo, you're a nasty running back. Remember that?
Oh yeah, you ran
This
it
guy
with-
would get through anything. I remember that.
I got a good story. So like being Adam, we've known each other through elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this guy used to run over everybody. Like I remember, like this is a good story. Like the fans are gonna love it. So I remember it was like I think it was grade 6 or something. This guy jumped on my head during winter. Remember that? This guy, yo, take this in. This guy literally jumped on my face, and I scraped my face the whole way down the hill. We're talking like, remember that story when I went home?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So this guy is coming home with a big just
Bro, it was horrible. So I remember I get home, my mom picks me up. Okay, my boy did it to me. I'm not trying to snitch him out. Whatever. I remember my cousin Dan. He comes to the room. He turns on the light. He's like, "Oh my god, what the fuck happened to you?" I'm like, "You're a fucking asshole." Like, I look like shit. Like, why you doing that? Yeah. But it's just jokes. It's like Adam was, he's the one who did it to me. But like, it's my boy forever.
So it's basically, it was like through like sports and like you playing and you being an athlete that made you realize like, okay, like if I'm not gonna like be a professional athlete, I might as well just like stay in the same kind of category.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just wanted to like still be a part of sports, even if it wasn't going to be my lifestyle as an athlete. I still wanted to incorporate it in some way. So I thought, okay, then I want to train athletes and still be a part of that fitness aspect.
Yeah.
You got a good one. So I remember you used to love ball. That was your number one thing.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson. Okay. Then why'd you transfer to football?
When I got to high school, I still played basketball coming into high school.
Yeah.
I think it's like volleyball and football are the same season. So actually, before I got into football, I had tried out for the volleyball team in grade 9. I got cut, I think final cuts, and then the volleyball coach mentioned to the football coach how I was playing, and like I'm fast, volleyball wasn't my thing, so they put me into football. I got like benched all grade 9 and then grade 10, captain, starting both sides. I just immediately picked it up. It was just something felt like I was naturally good at.
Kind of louder on this. So like, honestly, from you being on the bench all the time, do you think that kind of built like a resentment where you're like, I'm not gonna be here next year?
No, I wouldn't say resentment, only because I didn't really know football. Like football was obviously a little nervous to me because I was like, well, you can get hurt, concussions, all that stuff. I just was like, okay, first year I kind of just like picked up on the sport, understood the rules, what was my position, how did my position play. I wanted to find like inspiration towards like a favorite player or favorite team. That's why I'm a big Chargers fan. Like I went last year to an LA game, going this year to an LA game. Like
Sick.
Nadine Tomlinson was like a big inspiration for me to get into football. I watched him play and everything. So yeah, that's my guy. So just I would say definitely say that. So.
Yeah, that's dope. That's sick. Wasn't say so. Your first time, like I guess, like getting into personal training, like how was that? You know what I mean? Like personal training, your first client.
We actually did a little bit of that in college. So my actual very first one was with a college student. My first real one would have been at Good Life. The very first time was definitely interesting. It was his name was Yu Heng. He was a foreign exchange student from China. I had him at Good Life. Really worked on his movements. He was big into basketball too.
Yeah.
So we kind of had that special connection between me and him, and I helped him work on his basketball game, worked on his like full-on motion. So him being an athlete and then me able to train my first client as an athlete was a real big thing for me.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, am I actually ready for this? Like, can I actually do it?
Yeah.
So was able to get him to close to his goals. Like obviously with people's lives, we want to push them and we want to motivate them. It's just people's lives kind of interrupt that sometimes. So we do the best we can as trainers.
Yeah.
And it was great. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then I picked up from there and had more clients.
Got a good one. So as a trainer, like,
yo, buddy, you don't have to say I got a good one every single time with a question, huh?
no, this is
I got a good one.
No, this is a good one. No,
Another
like,
bad one. This is a good
no,
one.
like I think this is actually a good one because like it's like when you pick up a client, right? How do you inspire them? Because like a lot of time it's like you never know who's your actual perfect trainer, right? Because like it could be like he looks sick, he has a lot of weight on him. Like I want to be like him, right? But at the same time, maybe he can't train you. So like, how do you kind of fit in that regimen for someone?
Like to give them more motivation or inspiration. Well, what I need to do is to figure out what it is, like what is the reason for them coming into the gym, right? Like why are you here? And then as I figure that out, I try to dig deeper into like the main roots of you want your goals. Like if you want to lose 15, 30 pounds or whatever the number is, why? There's a meaning behind it. You're not just woke up one day and was like, I want to lose weight. No. You've been thinking about this, or there's been a time where you process like, okay, like I want to lose weight, it's just how do I get it done? Or like what are the steps to do it? So once I can figure that out, then it's like, okay, whenever we're working out and there's days where you feel like shit or you don't feel like coming in, it's like, hey, like remember the goals we wrote up, remember the goals that we had talked about, like this is stuff that you want to work on. Like yes, there's going to be shitty days and bad days, but it's like those are the days that you're going to really look back like thank God I went, or thank God I got the workout in.
Yo, it's so hard to be consistent like with working out. Like from my personal experience is like 2 months, 3 months you go hard and then you stop. Like when I was younger, right? Like I don't know if you follow on Instagram, like I'm doing a challenge since January 1st, just working out every single day. So like it's just like being like moving, like walking, running, you know, doing actual work.
Some type of activity.
Some
doesn't
sort
have
of
to be weight
movement,
training.
at least more than 10 minutes, some sort of movement.
Okay.
To, you know what I mean? That's my goal for this year. But like back to my point, like why do you think it's so hard for people to take their body serious?
People lack I feel like discipline. It's like I feel like people, like, why wouldn't you want to better your body, right? Why wouldn't you want to put yourself in a position to make yourself healthier? Like, health is wealth. I always tell people that. Like, you got to, like, take care of yourself.
And, like, from your experience, is it, like, you see that disconnect, though? Because, like, I don't know if it's just me, but, like, I feel like people don't take it serious.
Some people
not
do.
everyone, obviously.
Yeah,
but
like
you know what I mean. Like majority, like the population. Like look at like the United States obesity rates. You know, like look at all this unhealthy lifestyle in Western, you know, part of the world.
Sometimes it's just it can be easy to get off track. Like because there's so much fast foods and there's so many. You can make so many excuses. You can say, "Oh, I got to work tomorrow, so I don't want to get up at 5 to go train." When your work's at 7, and then if I work 7 to 5, right? Like you can make excuses and you can make up those little things. It's just people just don't hold themselves accountable sometimes too.
Yeah. Can you bring it back to a time when like you had a switch?
Yeah. Okay. So when I was in college, my second year in college, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be in the world of training. Like I need to look the part. So literally January 1st, woke up, was like, okay, I'm gonna start. Like I'm gonna diet properly. I'm gonna go to the gym and work out, do all the stuff that I need to do. And it worked. Like I was 8 months straight, very consistent, and like I have the pictures and the progress and everything. It's just wanting to want it, right? Like you gotta want it bad enough that like it's your life. Like not to be cliche, but you only get one. You know what I mean?
It's
So it's like,
crazy.
so it's like, why wouldn't you want it to be better long term in terms of your health? That way you don't have to worry about it when you're older. Like, yes, you will one day or another, but to take the steps now would help you would benefit you better in the future. In the future.
I like what you said in regards to like you want to look the part, because I know me and this guy, we don't want to say names, but we got a doctor who does not look the part.
Nah,
I gotta switch doctors soon, but he's a big man, unhealthy. You know, I don't want nothing from you, brother. But like you said, you gotta look the part. Whether that be a professional, if you're advocating for health,
you gotta be.
How can you take advice from someone who's not really healthy?
And you're right.
So that's
it's like
deep.
you got to think about it like this. Like that's why like social media became so powerful, right? Because like we have a lot of time to see people we want to look like, right? And that's why it's a lot in our heads. Like I should be like him. I should. But guess what? He worked a lot to get to that point.
Yeah.
So like that's a problem, right? You got to remember, it's like you don't just wake up and look like that.
Yeah.
This guy's been working, or this woman's been working like that. So like you have to take that in.
How do you feel about like the, I don't want to say like the push, but like the more like acceptance of obesity, like making it seem like a cool thing, like you know, it's okay. Like, what do you think about that movement? Just because like if we're speaking like, you know, in regards of health, it's not a, you know.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of this movement.
Oh really? It was just me then. You
You
know the movement I'm talking about?
Yeah, I can speak by share, but like it's at the end of the day, it's just no. And I'll say this too, it's a lack of effort. At the end of it, it's not nothing that it's just a lack of effort, right? Because we all know, if you want to be the best person you could be, wouldn't look like that.
And yo, do you incorporate dieting in any of your thing, or like in your personal training, or is it just strictly like the physical workouts?
No, dieting is obviously like it plays a key role. I put it towards myself too. It's all about just portioning, like how much you have. Whether like if you eat a bunch of vegetables, that's great, but too much of anything is bad. Whether it is a good thing or a bad thing. So I'm just telling people like just watch what you're eating, or like watch how much of whatever it is that you're eating. Like, if you have a massive plate and it's like, and you're like stuffed to your stomach, well, like you don't want to be glutton. Like you don't want to be overeating, right? You need to be satisfied and say, okay, I have a meal in my stomach and I feel good about it.
I love asking personal trainers about this, but what do you think about Liver King?
Liver King? Oh.
Last episode, I ripped him apart, but like,
for me myself, I know about him. I don't watch it too much.
Yeah. Fugazi, is he on steroids being a personal trainer, or what? Is that natural?
I don't want to say whether he is or he isn't. Maybe it works for some people, maybe it doesn't. Again, every person's body is different. Like, so one person can maybe go without no carbs at all, and some people need carbs to survive. Like they couldn't get it off of their diet.
Yeah.
it's
It's
fine.
just it can also be a fad too, but I don't know. It's just it's just
I'll give it to him. No, it's fire because like me personally, cannot live without carbs. We've talked about this. Some of our boys like they don't eat carbs, they don't eat bread. I can't not do that.
Yeah.
No,
Right?
very
So,
important.
like when you say to the people, it's like, what works for you works for you.
Yeah.
Listen to your body, right? Especially as a trainer, you saying it, it's like the only way you can be better is by listening to yourself. Correct?
Absolutely, yeah. Just seeing how your body responds to food, and in terms of when you digest it, like how it digests. It's obviously a big thing. So, yeah.
Yo, where are you doing your work right now, like your personal training?
So I work at a gym called Combine Fitness. It's on Wonderland Road. I believe it's like 1225. Just Wonderland and Fanshawe Park Road.
Yeah.
It's like a mom and pop gym. It's not like a Movati or a Good Life. Very little machines. So maybe about like 10 to 15% of it is machines, and then everything else is free weight.
Sick.
It's what I want to do. It's in terms of like how would I even envision my own gym, where there's a little bit of weight training and then you have that performance in dry land. It's a big thing that I really love. I did my placement there when I was in college too.
Cool.
So that's why I heard about it the first time and was just like, I want to work here.
And anyone can go there, like into that gym?
Oh for sure. Yeah, anybody. Athletes, civilians, anybody, doesn't matter.
Sick.
I would love you to tell the people, like, I remember you like single armed a piece of weight. How heavy was that? No, straight up.
So that was a single arm clean and snatch. The heaviest I've done was 125 pounds.
Jeez.
One arm, easy, right?
I recently messed my shoulder up doing it, so I won't be doing that for a while. But yeah, just stuff like that is kind of stuff that I've worked on for myself. It was a regular day, like when I hurt myself. It was a regular day, regular movement. I'd done the weight 1,000 times. It's just with weight training, there's that aspect of being injured, and I like calling it acceptable risk. Like, I'm aware that I can get hurt doing this. I just accept it, then just I take proper caution and proper steps to do stuff like that. So
yeah. Let's say it wasn't a bad injury though. It wasn't too crazy.
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
And I ended up actually hurting my calf the next week after.
Jeez.
So I'm most recently recovering from a grade 2 MTJ calf strain.
Jeez.
Playing football, I went to back pedal, and the muscle helps with weight transfer between muscle and tendon, and I just felt a nasty pull on.
Yo, you still play football?
Not contact, but like when I got hurt from this, it was just like touch league.
Oh, cool.
So
cool.
nothing like just get pick up. We ended up winning it last year. I wanted to play this year again, and I've been out.
The
since
flag
week
football
2.
at what's it called? Citywide, right?
Yeah. No flag though, but just touch. But like I have played flag too, but this one is just a touch league.
That's
so.
sick. That's sick. And how often do you incorporate like stretching and flexibility and like
Every
how important is that?
single day. Let me tell you.
Okay, yeah, run me through that.
I was a big person of not doing that in terms of warming up and cooling down. And that's like, I preach it more than anybody now. It's something I do all the time. I can't start a workout without doing it. Like, we're not 18, 19. We're not young kids, young guys anymore. Like, you got to warm up. And if you don't, your body will make you feel for it. Like, you will get hurt.
So, like, what's your routine like? Like, take me through a day. Like, do you stretch in the mornings or only when you work out?
Only when I work out.
Only
Like,
when you work
when I'm waking up, some days I have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I open up the gym at 5:30. And when I'm waking up, I'll take a few vitamins and stuff. Like I have fish oils. I take apple cider vinegar, like gummies, to help with suppressing the appetite. I take 1 vitamin C pill, and then I take turmeric.
Yeah.
Turmeric?
Yeah, turmeric.
So that helps.
Turmeric.
That helps. Thank you.
Got you.
That helps with inflammation. That was just for my calf, and now I just keep it as like a regular part of my diet. It's just something to add, right? Like I don't mind. Like because I am working out so much, like my muscles will be inflamed more often, and not just by working out and everything. So I'd rather just give my body some type of vitamin just to help me with that.
Yeah.
So then when I do that, go to work. I'll do a few hours in the morning. Again, each day is a little bit different. Like I don't really have a set 9 to 5 job because some classes I teach and then I'll have a client, or maybe I won't have a client. They cancel or stuff like that. Yeah. And from there, I go to anywhere between like 2 or 3 meals a day. Obviously drinking a bunch of water, staying hydrated. Like
I guess
in
like
the summer.
what's your goal? Like trying to maintain weight at this point? Are you trying to build more? Like or
So before I had gotten hurt, I was still working on getting my weight loss journey. Like during COVID, I put on maybe like another 25, 30 pounds. What I initially had lost.
COVID fucked everyone, bro.
Yeah, let me tell you, it did messed up a lot of people's stuff. So I agree. When I got hurt, I was around 205, and then now it's been like maybe 40 days. I'm like pushing 190.
Yeah.
Damn.
So like the weight loss, the injury has been in a way like a weird blessing for me because it's kind of put me on like a good path where I was like, okay, like I don't want to get hurt again. Like I'm obviously, now that the muscle was hurt once, it's obviously more susceptible to being hurt again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working on like just getting back to 100%. Like I haven't even done a full sprint yet. I haven't even done a full jump. I've been running and somewhat jumping, but like I'm still working at it.
So especially as a trainer, do you find you're like more cautious about like protecting yourself at this point? Cause like
yeah, definitely. I mean, I was before, obviously. It's just now with the injury, I'm even more cautious than I was before. So, because I just don't want to get hurt again.
Yeah. I'm a band-aid. Like I have a lot of injuries, bro. Like my rectus femoris, my broken thumb, tore my MCL, couple ankle sprains. But like injuries suck, bro. Yeah. And like back in high school, like I remember playing football and like getting injured, and like you don't think about the recovery of it, you know. But the fact that you're not sprinting, you're being smart about it, and like that's how everyone should be. Like even if you have young viewers, like if you're 14, 15, 16, 17 playing sports. Take it off. Take a fucking couple weeks off.
Don't be a
take
dummy.
A month off.
Don't be a dummy. Like
don't get back into it.
You want to be a D1 athlete? Take care of yourself. That's the number one thing you need to understand. Like
now.
you know, like that's why I kind of like listening to you because you're giving the information that we didn't have. Mm-hmm. If I had someone tell me, yo, guess what, bro? Don't play the game this week. Your legs hurt. You have a hairline fracture. Walk it off. Go drink water. Do this, right? That's gonna actually make me play longer. But guess what? My mental. I'm 14. I gotta play. I gotta play. If I don't play, I'm a pussy. And that's a problem. that's a problem, right?
That's true. Yeah.
No, it's just a
lying,
mentality, right? It's just like, take care of yourself, right? If you want to take care of your family, take care of yourself first.
Yeah.
Very true.
Straight up, bro. And then I was gonna say, guys, what did you say before that? Oh yeah, you want to try to prove yourself as a young guy, as a young athlete. Yeah. Like, you don't have to prove yourself at all.
No, right, and that's the hard part because like it sucks because you're friends. It's not your friends are your best asset, but at the same time they're gonna push you. They're gonna be like,
you know what's crazy, bro?
They'll be your biggest critics.
Yeah.
The one thing I was listening to a psychologist and he was talking about the fact that like parents think that they're raising their kids after like 4 years old or after 5 years old, but it's really their friends who are raising them. And that's super interesting. And like I know through experience, it's true, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like I'm sure all of us have had the young life where like you're like, why was I doing shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it's because like it's the people you surround yourself with, right?
It's your
The,
friends.
the
right, man?
environment you build.
Yeah.
Right? So absolutely.
I've said
your
it
friends
before
are a
on the
big part of
podcast. I'll say it again. My mom said the cow licks itself, and it sucks because at the end of the day, if you don't take care of yourself, your friends are gonna take care of you, but they might not lead you in the right way.
How has your mindset changed from I guess like high school to now?
In like fitness.
In regards to fitness, in regards to business, in regards to take care of
Okay.
yourself, you know what I mean?
For fitness, my mindset's changed where I did mention at the beginning where I do want to do coaching, that it is still a big dream of mine, but I have realized that it may not be the dream right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I can definitely achieve in my 30s, 40s, 50s. Like there's old coaches in the NFL and CFL stuff. So it's maybe not something that I can get into now, or maybe just don't have the time to, but it is something that what I'm trying to say is like kind of more my mindset is just I'm shifting towards maybe just a different branch of fitness where it's like, okay, personal training is great, but what else is there besides personal training?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to just open my mind and try to just look out there and see what I can do.
Yeah.
At the end, your love is fitness, though, right?
Yeah. At the end of the day, fitness is what I want to do. Like, you guys see me when I was growing up. Like, obviously, I'd struggle with weight. I was a big kid. I was a fat kid. So when I finally lost the weight, I was just like, wow, like, okay, like if I can do it, like really, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Like you got to put your mind to it. And you got to like want to be what it is that you want to do in terms of your goals and your fitness and everything. So
How do you feel like taking care of your body affects your mental health?
oh, huge, big thing. I like, again, like health is wealth, right? So like if you can take care of yourself physically and mentally, you're gonna have a great life. So
No, I love it. Every time you talk, it all pedals back to the idea, like, if I don't take care of myself, and also the idea you said, I want to be the person that you look at, and I want them to think this is what you want to look like when you work out. You know what I mean?
Like not being a heretic, like being real.
like I've had people, and like when I was working out in Movati, I've had a few people come up and just see the workouts that I do, and they're like, hey, like, you're like, what is it? Like, what are you training for? Nothing. I'm just a personal trainer.
training for life.
I'm just
Yeah.
training. Like
for life.
I consider the gym as my lab, and I consider myself as like a subject. Like I want to learn stuff. So if I would never teach someone something I can't do, or at least that I can't demonstrate. Weight is regardless, but the technique is all that matters.
Yeah.
Like weight will come, but if you can't properly lift something or properly push something, good luck.
That's crazy to think.
So do you have like customers, like I guess like one's training for a specific thing, one's weight loss, one's like are you dealing with a bunch of different like types of people?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. So right now I've gotten about 5 to 7 clients. Kind of on and off, because again, the summertime, people go away, people do this, people do that. So I've got a few kids that are in hockey. I've never played hockey in my life, but it's something that like I wanted to learn and I wanted to do. Again, it's another it's another avenue, it's another branch. Maybe something I do in the future. I have no idea. Yeah. But at least I want to try and learn about it now. Yeah. And it's bettering me in my book of movements or book of like exercises, stuff that I can give to regular people, whether they are hockey or not.
Because hockey training is different than like basketball, because like they're going in like 1 minute at a time, 2 minutes at a time, right?
Which is a big thing that I had to adjust to, right? I had to figure out. So they're doing like aerobic training where it's like bursts, but it's bursts for long periods of time. So being able to maintain 100% or 80 to 100% of your max capacity for 40 minutes or 45 minutes, however long a hockey game is, right? Obviously broken down, I think the average hockey player plays like 20 to 30 minutes of ice time.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
And it's like 100% though, eh?
It's 100%, yeah. Like they go off, and that's why they sub on and off really quick.
Oh, my bad. But yeah, no, like I had a lot of homies who played hockey, and it's crazy. It's like hockey players are probably, other than soccer, their like cardio is probably the best. Like soccer players crush everyone cardio.
Yeah, so you're on 90 minutes, especially if you're a midfielder.
But the funny thing is, so hockey and soccer, 2 different type of cardio. Whereas soccer, you are running around and you're being active, but it's not at 100% or 80% capacity where it's 50. I mean, some players even, like there's times where players walk even, right?
Oh, yeah.
Whereas hockey,
because the ball's all the way up
there.
there.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like with hockey, you don't get those. You get those breaks when you're on the bench, but when you're on the ice, you are nonstop going until you get subbed off. And sometimes it can even last, like when there's a power play, it can be even 2 minutes. So now that extra minute can be so huge for a player, especially if they're giving it their all. they may not be able to get onto the next line, or they may not be able to get on again because they need that extra minute, right?
Yeah.
It's just a big change.
It's crazy. It's one sport I wish I could play, but having two like Latino immigrants come to Canada, no chance.
No way.
No chance I'll be in hockey. You know what I mean? But it's one sport that I wish I could play because, like, I mean, like, obviously being in Canada, and, you know, like, you see the London Knights, and then you see those guys going to the NHL. It's like you feel like there's a easier way to be professional athlete through like hockey in Canada. You know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, hockey's the go-to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They say hockey night in Canada, right?
Yeah. Exactly. No, exactly. But do you prefer like training, like, for example, like someone for like weight loss or sports? Or do you like it all? You love it all?
Weight loss is my go-to.
Yeah,
It's something that I endured myself, so it's something I obviously have a background and understanding in.
So how would you go about, like, if someone were to come up to you, I'm trying to lose weight, Adam, like, what's the first steps? Like, what do we do?
I mean, the first thing obviously is just getting into the gym,
Yeah.
right? Once they get into the gym, then it's obviously diet. Like, you, as trainers, we don't want to throw too much change at somebody because obviously change is a little bit nerve-wracking for some people. For others, it can obviously just be a little bit too much at one time. So we just say, like, all right, start by just getting into the gym. Whether it's twice a week, one day maybe not so suffice, but I would definitely recommend 2 to 3. It doesn't have to be crazy. People think I got to come in every day. Absolutely not. Your body won't even like that, especially if you're a novice and you're starting out. You need days rest. Like, I give myself a full day. I do absolutely nothing. No weights, no nothing. I just give myself a whole day off. But at the same time, like for last week, I had worked out. I did 7 training days in 5 days. So I did two a days. Ooh. So I don't mind giving myself that full day off because one day I was so active. So it's that happy balance between the two. Once they get like their weight, once they get into the gym, okay, well then what are you eating, right? Because that's your fuel. Like if you're going to come to the gym, you need to give your body that proper fuel to work out. So it's like, are you filling yourself with junk food? Are you drinking water throughout the day? Once you go into that, then it becomes more so just okay, and then it becomes like the nitpicking. Like, how are you sleeping? Are you taking any supplements? And then you figure out more from there.
So you have to do like a full, like, everyone's different, so a full like customer profile, and then based on that you do your program.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's dope.
That's fire. Like, I just like that you kind of actually try to understand, I guess, your client.
You need
like,
to.
And exactly. You need to, right?
Yeah. Right. It's like almost like it's your best friend in a way, right? Because
you're
like the best way is you want them to be better than you, right? And the only way they can be better than you is if they listen to you, you understand them, you talk to them, you know what I mean? You know them.
It's crazy how different all the bodies are, though. Like, and everyone's like subject. Like like you said, one meal is gonna work good for this person, not this person. One exercise is gonna work good this person and this person. Although they may have the same goal, it's completely different. Because like I remember this one thing we was talking about. Oh fuck, what was I gonna say? Talk. No, it was just oh yeah. If there was a perfect medicine, for everyone, we would each have our own medicine. You know what I mean? Like for example, Advil. Advil's general, right? Advil you give to everyone.
Yeah.
If I like in the future, if science gets so deep, you would have a certain type of Advil. You would have a certain type of Advil. You would have a different Advil because we all respond differently, right? That's gonna be in the future maybe, but like my point is like we are actually so different.
Yeah.
And like you probably see it the most as a personal trainer.
Yeah, like different body types and how people respond to workouts. Like I'll have some people. I have one girl. She like whenever we do like a movement class. As everyone's taking breaks, she's like jumping around, getting ready for the next round.
Because she needs to like stay active, kind of thing.
Yeah, she just like it's almost like now maybe a little bit easy, but she's just more active or has a better cardiovascular system than someone else. And then you see some people where they get sick or they get nauseous. So yeah, just again, every single person is going to respond to fitness differently, and then eventually we want to develop them so they become better at it.
Yeah. Are you, because like talking about personal experience, like after I started this fitness journey, I kind of like was in my family. My mom, go walk. Dad, go do this. Are you kind of same with like the people you love? Are you trying to push that on them or not really? You kind of stay away.
I'm working on that. My mom helps me quite a bit, so we help each other a lot. So she like helps with me like my meal preps and stuff.
Oh, it's sick.
My brother, now that he is back in London, I'm pushing him more than ever to get to the gym.
Yeah.
So he's, I want him to be healthy and stuff.
Make him look like you.
Yeah,
straight up. Man. Like I love Sam, but like,
make him look like you.
I don't know if he has the looks, but we can. And then like with my dad, yeah, same thing. Like I obviously try. Like I don't want to be pushing too much.
Of course.
They know what I do and who I am and everything. So it's not like they couldn't reach out to me if they didn't want to.
I was in school a couple years ago, and my one prof was saying how like sedentary activity is actually a lot worse for you. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
for example,
Like not doing anything.
Yeah, like a truck driver.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
my dad's a truck driver, so like I'm not talking shit about truck drivers, but like if you're in a truck for like let's say 12 hours, 15 hours,
It's not good.
that's actually like doing negative
Mhm.
to you,
It's
not
always
moving.
Because especially when you're in a seated job, like a 9 to 5 desk job, like some of the most important muscles that you use to walk every day,
Legs.
your legs and your glutes, right? Like your glutes are so important to you. Like a lot of the time, people will have lower back pain when they're sitting all the time, but that lower back pain comes from not using your glute muscles. Because again, like right now we're sitting, right? So they're not like nothing's being like they're not being
Nothing's
active,
active.
right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So when you get up in your little store, that's just because like you haven't used those muscles that you were just using all throughout the day, walking and doing regular stuff.
Yeah. No, like the same prof said, like 15 minutes a day of like moderate to like heavy workouts is like that's all you really need. 150 minutes a week. You know, 150 minutes a week. That's all you need. And if there was a pill for exercise, everyone would be addicted.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's like if there was a perfect pill for like weight loss, everyone would take
Yeah.
it.
Take it
But
every
it's
day.
like that just, unfortunately, it just doesn't exist. Or like doesn't exist yet. Like maybe down the road, yeah, someone could develop something like that. But
And another thing is like I know like with personal training, like technology is now being heavily incorporated with it, right? Like with the speed of like how much you rep and stuff like that. Like are you like flirting with that? Like
not really.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm kind of a little more old school with that. Like even like with my programming, yeah, I'll write on the computer. Sometimes if I'm taking notes, it'll be through my phone as well. I do like to write stuff up too. I just how I'm growing up. I just write all this stuff out. I know with another job, maybe down the road, I will have to be more technologically like understanding of stuff.
yeah.
But for now, no, not too much with me
Yeah.
because again, we don't even have a lot of machines at our gym. So
Yeah.
a lot of it's free weight. So
So it's just active. Like just
What's the I guess like the end goal? Like do you want your own gym eventually? Do you want like
end goal for me, yeah. I mean, yeah, I would definitely love a gym one day. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
And again, the coaching thing. If I was a coach for like a sports team, I would never complain a day in my life.
yeah, that'd be crazy.
Over the last couple of years, this is again another branch thing. I've been looking to try and get into the military.
That's sick.
So there are a couple positions called PSPs, which is personal support programs, and they pretty much build programs for the Canadian Armed Forces.
That's sick.
You
I
could-
haven't really know about that.
You can also like there's another job like fitness and sports instructor. So like I went to Edmonton in May. Well, I had a friend in the military. He got married. We drove around the Edmonton base, and there's people playing dodgeball. Dodgeball. Baseball. There was people playing soccer outside, and like the place that I want to do or the position I want to do, they're getting paid $25-30 an hour to do that. I was like, that's
It's fun. It's
like
fun
wow,
for
like
you.
that sounds like a dream.
Training our troops.
Wake
Nothing
up
better.
to like go play baseball or like soccer. Why not?
Yeah.
I remember
That'd
you
be
called
great.
me about it. He's like, yeah, that's what I want to do. And I'm like, I think the craziest part is no one actually looks at those jobs that you could have. You could have like a training job in the military.
Mhm.
But,
And,
like,
and that's
So-
good job. Like
yeah.
the government
Oh, yeah.
supports the hell
Absolutely,
out of
benefit, pension,
Yeah.
security in terms of like financially, right?
Yeah.
Like I can get deployed and like go train soldiers in different countries.
that. That's rowdy.
So again, like that's again, I know, right? It's a whole different thing. So it's like that's what I'm like. That would be a whole cool career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you actually exploring into that? Like you're trying to
Yeah,
get into that?
I guess a little news
Preview-
drop.
preview-
I
preview
do
for the
have an
fans.
interview for it on Wednesday.
Jeez.
oh, so the day the episode drops.
Banger.
You're lit. So yeah, we
Perfect.
drop on Wednesday, and
Yeah.
literally you're in the interview.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
Wednesday
amazing.
at 1, I'm super excited for it. Like it's something I've been trying to get into for the last 4 years. When I mentioned about my bronze medallion and becoming a lifeguard, like part of the application process to get approved to become that position is to become a national lifeguard. So it's like
And what's the difference? Sorry, like for those who don't know, like a bronze medallion, like what is that exactly?
so there are 2 requirements you need to get before you become an actual lifeguard, from what I remember. One of them was the bronze medallion. That's kind of like the first step. Was kind of hard only because saving someone out of water is a little more challenging than I thought. Like, yes, when I was doing it, I was 25 and I was with a bunch of 13 and 14 year olds.
Yeah.
So like for me to lift a 70 to 100 pound kid, it's no
Easy,
problem.
baby
It's no
food.
issue. It's more so even just like applying the CPR and the swimming techniques themselves, right? Like when you're trying to save someone that is unconscious, that is floating weight in the water, like you got to keep them above water. So when we were doing the test, like if the person you were holding, if their head dips once below the water, you fail.
Jeez.
No question. Like because
Like when you're swimming out.
yeah, like so I would have to. Sorry. I would have to like they would be unconscious in the water, and then I would swim out, and then you would hold them by their head up top like this, And as you're holding them, you're doing like a circular motion with your feet. Because, again, you don't have your hands to swim.
Because you're holding their neck up, right?
Yes. But, and this was the
Calma.
this was a special occasion. Because the kids were so small, I was able to hold the kid with one hand and then swim with my other hand and 2 feet.
Oh, because they're so small?
Yes. And because my body weight myself was a little too heavy for me, I needed like my arm. Like I couldn't just do it with my legs. I was sinking.
Yeah.
And it's like swimming with like muscles and swimming don't work. It's not a good relationship. So if you're dense and you try to swim, good luck to try to save it. It's very tough. It's very tough.
Yeah.
I love
So that was a big reason why I was like, okay, I need to like shed down a little bit more too, especially when I get into that again. And like, you know, I hope that interview goes well. I'm really excited.
You'll crush
that,
it, bro. You'll crush it. Easy.
What got you into like doing lifeguarding stuff?
Like I was a big swimmer growing up too. I love swimming. Like Coco knows.
Oh, I didn't know that personally. I didn't
I'm
know
a big
that.
swimming guy. Like,
Zohan?
No, bro.
No, like that.
Westminster Pool. That's where it was, right?
Yeah.
Westminster Pool.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
So
Adam used to be a diver.
yeah, swimming has been a big thing of mine. So again, when I did that course, like doing the swimming itself wasn't too challenging, but rescuing someone was, because I had never rescued someone out of water, in water.
Yeah.
So I mean, unfortunately I haven't done that in a while, just because I did it February 2020.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened March 2020.
Yeah.
So literally when I got my like first thing, I was like, hey, great, I'm gonna keep swimming, I'm gonna keep doing my thing. They closed all the gyms, and I was like, I literally learned that for nothing.
Man, you were probably so annoyed when these guys are closing the gym
On
every
and off.
freaking on and off.
Yep.
Like, how did you handle that?
Okay, I guess is the best way to say it. I mean, everyone kind of, obviously we all went through that. Yeah, the fitness industry got hit a little harder.
Doesn't make any sense because it's health, but continue.
We got hit a little harder with that. I did the best I could. Like once the gyms actually closed down, like I obviously needed somewhere to work, so I had left the gym and then gone to work with my family. Yeah, I gained a good amount of weight because, again, no gyms. It's not that I wasn't motivated. Like once the gyms are open, if I have a gym to go to, I'll go. But when the gyms were closed, like I live in an apartment, I didn't have much equipment for myself. Yeah, running and all that stuff is fun, but I enjoy lifting weights.
Yeah.
So it's like I want that aspect to do. Like, and you also enjoy the gym environment.
Yeah.
Like it's a good way to just like if you're having a rough day or whatever, it's a good way to just escape your world and just go somewhere and just work out, right? Clear your mind and just work on yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, no, COVID definitely affected like a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, buddy? How did COVID affect you?
To be honest with you, I got fat during COVID.
Like, yeah,
it was like
freshman 15, but just like a COVID 20. You know?
Man, you know what the sad part was? No, I'll tell you a good story. So like for me, it's like I just got out of college. I just finished my program, and I was still gaining weight. I'm like, what? Freshman 15? No, it's gonna carry along for a while. But then this guy is bugging me. Let's run. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm like, nah, I can't. He's like, yeah.
I would always be like,
Good that he pushed you though. Like good that he like wanted
and
you
that's
to do
why.
that,
Like
right?
that's
I
why.
would always
That's why.
every time on the phone, bro. Whenever you'd be like, I can't go do this.
And I think that's why it works so well. It's like I guess you need someone like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's why a lot of times that's why you're a trainer, right? Because like people like us need someone like you to train us and make us be the best version of ourselves. Or I got lucky and I got him, right? So it's like.
But yeah, no, it's just like that extra push. Like that's why I advise a lot of people. Like if you're not finding yourself going to the gym, but you keep on telling yourself that you're gonna go to the gym, you need a personal trainer.
Or hang out with better people.
Like you need a personal trainer, or you need someone who's gonna hold you accountable. Because like if you're not doing it yourself, like that's telling you something, right? And like there's nothing wrong with accepting that you need a push. I needed a push. You know, you needed a push.
Yeah.
I'm sure you needed a push.
Absolutely.
So you know what I mean. So at the end of the day, like go take your health serious, your physical health.
Yeah.
Health is Adam said. Health is wealth.
Health as well.
Yeah.
And it's like I've always like told people like it's always good to have a personal trainer. Unfortunately, it's a luxury and not like a important asset. Like I feel like people should have more personal trainers to help them, because if you don't know what you're doing in the gym, it can be nerve-wracking for a lot of people. They don't want to go to the gym if they think they're gonna look stupid, or if they think that like, well, if I don't know what I'm doing, why am I showing up?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, like I wish personal training could be pushed more for people when they come into the gym, because again, once we can teach them what to do. And like I mentioned, it's a class. Like once we can teach you what it is that you need to do and how you need to lift, then you can go and do that on your own. Or even better, we would love if you could teach other people, right? Like I'm not saying become a personal trainer. If you want to, great. But if you at least know a little bit of the basics and you see someone, oh, hey, maybe adjust this, right? Just that small little thing. That shows that you are learning and you are understanding what it is you're doing.
Yeah. And we talk about this a lot actually in the podcast. Like how like the online world is changing. You know what I mean? Like how do you feel like the online presence affects your business, like personal training?
The online part is very huge. Like you got to have an account or at least some type of website or profile to show who you are. For myself,
It's like a resume, kind of.
Yes. For myself, I don't do that, and I wish I did it. For me, it's just more being awkward about it. It's like I just don't know the steps, so maybe I need to find someone to help me with that.
The social media part.
That's why you're here.
Exactly. Yeah.
You got Instagram though.
Yeah.
What's your Instagram?
Athletics.
Akila.
Okay. You know what? We're gonna add that to the thumbnail or whatever.
But even too,
Everyone go follow Adam though, because for real though,
Like,
we got a lot of good content.
I just remember him talking to me. He's like, you asked me on the podcast or whatever.
I remember that, yo. I remember I was
at
at
my
his house, and you were FaceTiming from Toronto. You were in Toronto or something like that. You were FaceTiming Coca, and I'm like, yo, who is that? You're like, and then it's like, it's Adam Akila. We look at each other. I'm like, yo, come on the podcast, yo.
Oh my god, yeah.
Remember that?
And like what I liked the most was like I remember you said to me, it was like I need to like kind of put myself more out there. I need people to actually like know that I do this.
Yeah.
And like if you think about it, bro, you literally spoke your story today. You told everyone why would you be a good personal trainer. We got you. We'll support you to the end. But at the end of the day, like after hearing you, you're probably gonna have to train me.
No more.
Yeah, you need some training, buddy.
Yeah.
But no, it's crazy because like you said, like at the end of the day, like the online presence, like it's weird. The world, like I used to think like social media was like fugazi, you know, it doesn't matter, whatever. But then like it wasn't until this year where like I took like real estate investing really serious. That's when I was like, okay, like social media is everything. Like the only reason why I have an engineer coming to like do permits on my house tomorrow is because my one guy I met on like, you know, social media made me that connection. It's literally like take it serious, you know, those who are trying to, you know, make a business, something like that, like. Because like people want to see the experience, they want to see what you're about.
You gotta have a platform to like again put yourself out there, and that's a big thing. A lot of people, I guess, kind of struggle with that, including myself. I usually just use my personal account for Instagram as my like fitness account too. And again, like my weight loss journey, my first one is all on my page. I mentioned like, you know, what the goals I got to, my workouts and everything. I feel like it is important to have that separation between your personal life and your like career life. Again, something that I really want to work on too, and just
Do you think why do you think it's like? Do you think it's like what other people are gonna say, or is it like?
I guess more so myself. I'm my harshest critic, right? I feel like it won't be good to my liking, so it's like I'd rather just not do it, and that's just such a bad mindset to have. Like it's something that I don't want to have. Again, like I do post here and there about my fitness journey, but not as much as like where I'm making content on the daily. Like we have one trainer in our gym. His name is James. He recently just started an Instagram page where he's sending out content, and he mentioned where he's like, we both suffer from the same thing. We're just like, it's almost like cringe for us to do it, but we know we have to do it. Yeah. Like you got to put out content. Everybody mentions that on Instagram. Like if whatever it is you're doing, put out content. I'm like that is. Gary, content. But it's very true, right? The more you can put out, like, the more you can find out whether it's good or bad, or whether you like what you did that time, or whether you want to change it. Yeah. So it's just trial and error. Is the biggest thing.
So saying we in the near future we might see some tripods set up and then some workouts.
Yeah, I mean, I do a little bit of that now. Anyways, just I pick my videos. You know, like I have videos I recorded years ago that I never posted.
So Adam can do a training class for Nuvita then, huh?
That bro.
Do a what?
A Nuvita training class.
That'd be dope.
Oh yeah.
Personal trainer.
Whoa. That'd be dope.
Like yeah, no, honestly, it's like I respect the fact that like you're so dedicated to it. I've known you for how long, right? But like the fact that you actually want people to be better. It's like, why wouldn't you like teach our guests, teach our audience?
Oh yeah,
maybe it's like a little collab, bro.
Yeah,
you know, that'd be amazing. What the heck?
No problem.
So at the end of the day, like the whole reason why we started like Nuvita in general is just to have that conversation. You know, I feel like before, like you could be thinking about all these things in your head in bed. You know what I mean? Not have many outlets to talk to, and like if you hear it on a podcast, like especially people that you know, a lot of our listeners probably know us. You know what I mean? It's like it's normal to talk about this sort of stuff. You know, like be better mentally, physically, and all that. You know what I mean?
Try. No one wants to try.
Try. It's always just right? Do it. Actually, I don't even like the word try. Fuck try.
No, you told me.
Do it.
Exactly. All right, let's wrap it up here then.
All right, puppy. Wrap it up then.
All right. Thank you so much for listening to Nuvita Let's Talk, episode 14.
Yeah, remember to, you know, follow Adam. You know, this is a great conversation, brother. Honestly, I appreciate you being on. And I'm sure that I guess you're going to, like, you know, have all that value.
He'll be back. But, yeah, so, like, we'll plug him in. If you want to get trained by him, we'll connect you with him. And hey.
Like, share, comment, subscribe.
Peace.